Captain on the bridge.
All right, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got something to go over from the Deca Twitch channel. So on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button to help this video, but it also helps the overall channel. Of course, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go. Yes, captains, this is just going to be a replay of the video for those who missed it. We wanted to have it here on the channel. We wanted to have the last one on the channel, but unfortunately, they forgot to publish it because on Twitch, you actually have to do that. So what I'm going to just do is just let this play out in its entirety. We're not going to say anything, probably up until the end, and then probably some ECs will be dropped. So with that said, without any further ado, here we go.
Or something. Did anybody get a chance to look into that?
It looked like ours, but I did not do very deep research.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this for the next stream.
Make another note.
Yeah, it was
I
literally.
hear you, by the way.
Now that you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, we did talk about that.
Oh, our mics are all on. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Well, good that we
Hot
weren't
mic, hot
pushing
mic.
too hard.
I wasn't aware that we were live.
Yes, I saw
Are
the
we
message.
still live? Can you
in
hear us now
Slack.
that our...
Yes, we are all live. Sorry, guys. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I missed my notifications. This is fully on me. Yeah, so this is our first ship stream. Well, it's my first ship stream, and it's Miko's first ship stream, and the other ones have done this like 1,000 times at this point. But we're here to talk about our new Breen dreadnought carrier. There's Thomas, Jeremy, and Miko and Pondus here. So we have our art director, our lead designer, our senior systems designer, and our ship artist. Yes, thank you. Starship artist. See, I'm so nervous from the hot mic. All right. So this is our beautiful cast for today. And like with last time, I would like to start with a question about Star Trek and all the things we love about it. And today it is, what technology or device from Star Trek would you love to have? So for me, it's a universal translator because I would like to speak all the languages, but I don't have the time in my life to learn all of that. And I would like to yell at someone in Klingon, but I'm not very good at it. So what do you guys say?
I want a holodeck because I don't really want to go anywhere, but I want to be able to chill at a beach, like in my house. So yeah, that's what I want.
I think my answer is a little more practical and boring, and I don't know how to quantify it. All of their medical technology. I've got enough health issues that I just want Star Trek to solve for me.
Wave the magic wand and it all goes away. Yeah. Hear ya.
Just a little spinning whoop, 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 by my head, and I'm cured of everything that could ever be wrong with me.
I think the transporter would be really cool. Just be able to instantly beam from one side of the planet to the other. That'd be a lot of fun.
Well, I was gonna say holodeck too, but since that's taken, I'm gonna replicate it because I like food.
Okay, I definitely agree with that. I just didn't want to pick it because then one of you guys would have been sad. All right.
Replicator's a very close runner-up because I too love food.
Yeah, right? Like, you wouldn't even have to wait for the takeaway to get through the city in an hour. You just have it right there. I would never
But
leave
you can
the
also
house
do that
again.
with a transporter too. It's like it all goes together.
Did Pundus just disappear?
Yes. Oh, he has returned.
Yep.
Welcome
now
back,
Now his
Pandus.
frame is broken. Oh, what have you done?
Oh, no.
You're breaking all the you're breaking
All right.
the tech.
To distract from that, let's get started with the Breen Dreadnought. And let's talk about the art first and the work you guys did on it because I love it.
Well, I can go. This is the Breen dreadnought from Star Trek Discovery Season 5. It was designed for Discovery by an artist called Lee Fitzgerald. He has the concept art of it on his Instagram. And for STO, it was built by Ramon, who is my fellow Starship artist. We had references from Paramount, and he had he did a great job with it. I asked him for some facts about the ship before we got started, so he wanted to mention that it was quite easy to make because it's symmetrical on two axes. So you really only have to make like 1/4 of the ship to get it done. The other thing that's cool to mention is that like I'm a Star Trek fan and I know what green ships are like. They're asymmetrical, and while this is mostly symmetrical, you can see at the aft end of it there are like two pods on either side, and those aren't symmetrical like left and right. Those are radially symmetrical, like they aren't mirrored, they're rotated. So if you look on the other side of the ship, you can see, yeah. So yeah, another thing that I wanted to shout out as well while we're looking at a ship is that if you stare into its hangar bay, you can see a really cool volumetric effect that effects artist Andrew Nielsen worked on, and it's amazing. And you can see that cool force field that Ramon worked hard on the material for as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of extra stuff that this ship required to kind of bring it to life. And the effects and the force field and the lighting. It was all really important. This ship is a huge ship. We actually decided to scale it down. Well, we had to scale it down to make it a player ship, like we did with the Viridian. And I think it's a similar kind of scale factor as well, but it's still one of the biggest ships in STO. But
Actually,
a lot
since
of
you're
the
talking about scale, I have a Enterprise F here I can compare it against for
right,
players. So it's still
Yeah, I mean
huge.
right.
it's scaled down, but I saw a player take a screenshot of it with the cross field, and it can still almost fit in the hangar, so it's pretty big.
Nice, nice. So all those lights and details are really important to communicate that scale. There is some of the interesting facts about the ship are the materials, which one of the things we got from CBS were images of the kind of the concept art and the material sample that the artists created while they were working on the ship. And there was a lot of like inspiration from like lizard skin, snake skin, praying mantises, and Ramon did a great job sort of recreating that, adding this weird, eerie sort of natural effect on top of the metallic, hull plating, which I think turned out really well in the game.
Yeah, Ramon also mentioned to me that the base material for it, the hull plating itself, is based closely on the Breen Courier that I believe you, Thomas, and Mauricio Tajarina worked on earlier this year.
Yeah.
There is also a new hangar pet that comes with this. Let me get that launched here, so we can take a look at that artwork as well.
One more for my collection. If it's not tribbles, it's hangar pets.
It is just hangar pets for now, but just to we can talk a little bit about it because I think you did the intake on this, Keen.
Yeah, this was also designed by Lee Fitzgerald, and it was modeled for STO by Tobias Richter. And it's only really briefly seen at the end of Discovery Season 5 at the battle near the black holes, but I think it's an amazing design. We had references from Paramount as well, and in those references, one of the key differences from how it looked then and how it looks in the show is that there were way fewer windows and stuff on the references, so I had to add all of that in as extra detailing to make it really pop and have that cool lighting that it has at the end of the show. And of course, as you can tell, this ship and its design is much more closely to the traditional Breen ships that we see in Deep Space Nine with the asymmetry. And I think it's a great design. It even has that little arm that sticks out where the energy weapon that the Breen use in DS9 would shoot from.
Yeah, somebody called out in the chat that even though it's just a pet, it is almost as big as an Enterprise.
Yeah.
It is a frigate-sized pet. It's a big
Yeah,
one.
I think it was like half or a third the size of Discovery.
Yeah,
If you
about
move
that.
closer to the so perspective is kind of playing a trick on us here. If you move closer to the Odyssey, you'll see it's not quite
This
that
is a
big.
pet, so I can't move it myself.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it's probably about half length, maybe, like
Mhm.
the size of the secondary hull or so. Yeah, you're right. There's some
Mm-hmm.
perspective here because it's above. But it is big, and I do want to call out that when I first saw this artwork, Thomas and I had a little chat of like, when can we let players fly this? So it is something we've talked about. I don't think we have a release plan in mind right now for it, but it's probably something you'll eventually be able to get your hands on at some point in the future. It's a very pretty ship, so I'd kind of be a waste if we didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Any more insight into the ship or anything that you wanted to mention on the art side? It's enormous.
Yeah.
I, I will say that the in case people ask about it, and some of the concept art actually shows the ship separating into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, I think. We didn't, I don't think really saw that until we started work on the ship, but we decided not to do that for the ship because there were already some signature abilities that you see on screen. And I don't think and it didn't make sense to like not do those in favor of something that you actually didn't see it do, even if it, could have done it. So
Also, we'll be
yeah, I
doing a
don't know
tier
that.
12 version of this someday anyway, so we'll save
Right.
that for when we upload.
So,
For the future.
Nom 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 nom.
but
nom,
you'll see that it does, that it does do the cool stuff that it did in the show. It does do that stuff, and it looks great.
It looks just as cool.
All right, well, that's a good segue. Let's show off some of the cool stuff it does. Before we get into the actual powers, how about Miko? So you were the primary designer on this. Tell us a little bit about some of the design inspiration or identity, like how we ended up making it a dreadnought carrier. What the thought process behind all of that?
So yeah, well, originally we wanted to sort of like look at sort of bigger ships like, a Juggernaut and whatnot. And that's actually one of the reasons why we brought the Lance over to the ship with the Imperium Subjugation Array, which is very awesomely named. Thanks, Jeremy, for that suggestion. But pretty much like after I saw this show and after I basically did a whole watch over of, the episodes where the ship appeared. And I really made sure to note what the Breen's personality was, kind of. And we really tried to bring that sort of aggressive military nature into this with its 5-2 weapon layout and also just the sort of immense damage that it can put out. We also really liked the concept of the shield frequency modulation that the Breen can do in the show. And so we really wanted to make a console that would allow you to do something similar, where you are the one with the mastery with the shield if you have this ability. And it
Really
sounded
loud.
like the game was
Sorry about
loud, so I don't know if anyone heard that, but
Did
pretty much.
Did you hear any of that?
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh no!
Oh,
All right,
no.
well, just to recap then, just this ship is super sort of like based on the Breen's aggression and their military society, and so it's super aggressive. It'll allow you to go in there, as Jeremy said sometimes during development of this, make someone have a very bad day with the 4-forward polar and subjugation array. And also we gave you the ability to remove shields, which is the shield frequency modulation is like really huge huge aspect of what their ship could do in the show and hitting the library.
I'm really excited to show that off in just a second because I think the visuals that we got from it, inspired very tightly by the show, are really great. But let's start with the subjugation array. Actually, before we get to that, you saw me letting the hangar pet fly around for a little bit, do its thing. It's got multiple weapons, it has an energy drain. We'll get to more of those details later. But first off, let's fire the subjugation array and let people, which direction is more, I think this direction will be cooler looking. Blammo. Fire again. So it's this four laser. In fact, let me make this even more dramatic. I'm going to slow down time because I'm a dev and I can cheat and make it look even cooler. So this was taken directly from some of the on-screen, as Miko was saying. There was a moment where Discovery faked its death when these big old guns were brought to bear on it. And so we knew that we had to make this ship fire those big old guns. Yeah, so this is baked into the ship, which has also allowed us to make use of these special firing nodes where this fired from in the show. These aren't, I don't think that there's actual firing nodes there, but there are for the subjugation array. I said fire. Fire the weapon.
It does look amazing. I love the,
It-
that
it's
effect
honestly
is so
horrifying.
cool.
It's honestly horrifying just to think that you're standing, you're floating in front of the ship, and then it fires those things at you. Like, what do you even do? Just give up.
It's not horrifying if you own the ship. That's
Right.
you
That's
should
true,
get
that's
the
true.
ship so you never have to be on the other side of this.
I like that. I like that.
These effects were made by Andrew Nielsen, if I remember correctly. He's
Right, yeah.
Cryptic effects designer. He's been with us for a long time.
Can you
Very good
autocast
builder.
that?
No, this is on a two-minute cooldown. It's the ship's lance power, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a weapon. And then the next one is the, what do we call this?
Shield frequency overload.
Yeah, so tell us about what this does. I mean, I'll show the tooltip, but walk us through the power.
So this has different effects depending on what you're fighting. Against most against most ships, you'll just blow up their shields and basically deal a large amount of damage to them. But against dreadnoughts, you'll drain about 20% of their shields, except we do have a cap in there. I don't remember the exact number that we set, but there is a cap so that you don't just instantly kill bosses, essentially. And pretty much once you strip down their shields or reduce their shields, it also does a big amount of damage to them, so sort of like a penetrated damage. And from there, it'll also decrease any sort of shield effectiveness they have. So it'll reduce, it'll make it easier for you to break the shields if you use this console. And their shields haven't broken. So.
I have to say, and I don't remember if it was you or me who came up with this, so I might be patting myself on the back here, but I really like the mechanic of it does damage based on how much shields it depletes. I really like that. So the amount of shields that the target has left when you fire this at them, the more shields you drain from them, the more damage you also deal to them. Up to a cap. That damage caps out at 100k in a single shot. You probably die from it if you're a small ship.
Yeah. Pretty much this thing is a nightmare to any small ships, and I mean that's kind of how it felt in the show, like with how Discovery was hiding, so.
Yeah. Okay, and now I'll go ahead and fire this thing and we can take a look at its cool visual effects.
Oh,
Slow
that's
that down.
weird. That seems
I don't know
like
that this is working as exactly as we had hoped it would.
I
think the
don't
beam
think
is
that
supposed to
this is
maintain-
the right beam because I don't think the full version is there, so I'll double check to see what's going on, but it should be doing the full like the full beam effect now, so that's interesting.
Right. So the power lasts like 3 seconds. It maintains for a few seconds, and the beam should be present the whole time. All of the effects are front loaded. The whole reason that it's maintained is basically for visuals, which I'm a little sad that they aren't all fully working. But let me actually slow this down even more just so you guys can get a glimpse of what this will eventually look like. When the
I think
beam
it
is
still
left
looks
to-
badass as someone who's not aware of what it should look like.
So
Like
that
that's
should just
still
continue, but
terrifying.
that should just basically go the entire time instead of doing that. I don't know what happened here,
Ah.
whether it's like an update issue, but we recently just fixed that with Andrew Nielsen, so that's interesting.
Oh, if it was recent. Yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but I've been having update issues.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, so that might be my problem. I might not have the latest up-to-date video. So what you guys see on live might be the full cooler version. So check it out. And if you see somebody firing this, stand in awe and thank Andrew for his wonderful work.
Or run, depending on how close you are.
Yeah. Or if it's pointed in your direction. All right. So last but probably certainly not least, for most people that have already read through the ship blog, this ship has a new starship trait that has been heavily requested by many members of the community. It's pretty simple, straightforward. When you have this trait slotted, it extends the duration of your fire at will. We actually did a little bit of a review this morning to check precedence against other firing mode extensions. So we actually just decided a couple hours ago we were going to make this even better, in fact, to be more in line with the cannon scatter volley extender. So this will actually, in a future patch, this will actually be extended all the way out to a 9-second extension while you have this trait. So you'll only have like a 1 second of downtime. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right? You don't have to jump through any hoops or activate it, or even like there's a cannon rapid fire trait that requires you to crit in order to get your extension. And this one just is. I don't know if there's much more to say about it. We knew that this was basically something that a lot of players were interested in. It really fit with the identity of this ship as being a heavily armed and beam using ship in the show. So we knew we wanted to make a trait along these lines, and this just seemed like the best place to attach it. And on that subject, let me say that we have heard a lot of the feedback that there's some players out there that are kind of upset with the fact that this trait that is so, like, I don't know, necessary for making a fire at will build, I think that's a little hyperbolic, but whatever, that's the language y'all use, is on a promo ship. And I understand that. This wasn't a particularly like laid out to be like, we got them now. We're going to get all their money. It's just not how we think. This really was a case of it fit the ship's identity. It's a desirable trait players have been asking for. And also, like, future facing, as you can see from some of our previous traits that affect other firing modes, this is likely not to be the only case you'll ever be able to get something that gives you a very similar benefit. There are other ways that we could release other fire at will extension traits that do have things like triggers, like the cannon rapid fire one does, Withering Barrage, I think it is, where you have to crit in order to get your extensions. So there's other options. We'll continue to explore the space if it still remains popular, or if players feel like getting this version is too difficult to get or whatever. So keep sending your feedback. It is definitely something that we're listening to and considering for future ship designs.
Nice. So first, but not the last, if people like it.
I mean, I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm just saying that it doesn't have to be the last by any means. Yeah.
All right. Guys, you heard him. Please go to our Discord or anywhere else and give us all your feedback. The more you yell for something, the more I can be annoying.
Oh, a few other things to call out about the ships, just general setup. Actually, let me put the layout here so you can see the console layout, weapons layout. I know some people out there like to screen cap these things, and the bridge officer stations. It is an Intel primary, which also means that it comes with a cloaking device. I think it's a battle cloak, or is it a standard cloak? Looks like a standard cloak.
Yeah, standard. It would be a bit OP if it also had a battle cloak on top of the giant destruction beams that it has.
And it comes with plus 20 weapon power. Let's see, what else do we want to call out? As a dreadnought carrier, it also has subsystem targeting in case you like to use those. Okay, yeah. Any questions that anybody has in the chat about the ship that we can answer?
We got one, and that would be, are the other Breen consoles unlocked for it?
Oh, that's a good question.
Don't recall doing that, so
yeah,
that probably still needs adjustment.
I will say that whatever was done for the Breen Courier is what we should do for this ship. So if the Breen Courier has access to some locked Breen consoles, then we'll make that change in the near future and unlock them for this ship as well. But if they're not unlocked for the Breen Courier, because it's kind of like, it's a different timeline, right? This and the Breen Courier are 32nd century Breen ships. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to stick to the precedent of what we do with the 25th century. 25th century? Yeah. Modern era, STO era, Breen ships. But whatever we did for the courier, we'll carry over to this ship.
Nice. Good to know. I don't see any other question. Oh, I think, yeah, we had, why is the cloaking device a second slower than every other 32nd century cloaking devices? Wow, someone knows their numbers.
That just sounds like a bug that we'll double check.
Yep.
So thank you for
Mhm.
reporting.
That was kind of
I'm
a feature
gonna-
of 32nd century cloaks, that their visuals were faster. So yeah, we'll make sure that that's the case on this ship as well in the near future. And probably backport that same effect to the courier, because I have a feeling that if it's incorrect on this ship, then it was probably incorrect on the courier as well.
Nice. The streams is just giving you guys extra work, I see.
It's fine. We
Right.
have like, how many people are watching? 150 people in our QA department. Would be a dream come true.
I mean, this is just
Hello.
how games are. When you see people reacting to things and pointing things out that you don't notice during the deeps or the depths of development, like that's when you get some real changes done for people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. If I get sent all the feedback from players that really took their time to look into the stats and numbers. I think the team does too.
Here's a question that
Um,
I don't know the answer to. Maybe Miku knows. Are the frigate pets, the new ones, are they locked to this ship, or are they
They should
usable on other?
not. I think I mean you still have to purchase the the other versions, but like
Right, they're only
once you get
available
them,
from this ship.
yeah, you should be able to, once you purchase those extra versions, you should be able to equip it to anything else. There should have been no restrictions on these.
Yeah, that's kind of what we try to do with more modern ships. It's just a general design principle that I encourage the team to try to follow. We don't like to make consoles that are locked to ships anymore. Any equipment that, in general, we like to make sure that it can be transferred to other ships. And sometimes that gets in the way too. Like at one point we had talked about maybe making the subjugation array a console, but then we really wanted it to fire from these particular nodes. So then we had to talk about conversations of like, well, how does it work on other ships that don't have these firing nodes? How do we build the effects out for that? In the end, this ended up being, bound to this ship. But those kinds of conversations happen all the time when we're making new ships, and it's because we want to follow a better precedent these days of anything you get on a modern new ship, as much as possible, we allow you to put it on any other ship. Yeah.
nice. I think we don't have a lot of other questions. This is your guys' time to say anything else you might
I
want to
mean,
say about making the ship.
I mean, someone was talking about unlocking other pets, which I mean, as Jeremy said, we have a little bit of like a direction to unlock as much as we can, and we can't really guarantee like unlocking everything, but we will definitely evaluate, and if something makes sense, then we will definitely unlock it for you in the future. But
It's
we'll
also
have to ask you
something
for
that,
some patience.
yeah, it is something that we try to do if we have any excuse to go back and revisit an old ship for any reason, like if we're going to make a new tier 6 version, or we're doing a remaster led by the art team, or anything like that, then we do try to make it a mental note to ourselves to look over the gear, see if we can upgrade it or adjust it or unrestrict it. It doesn't always happen, but it is something that I try to encourage my designers to think about, and myself as well. And that is all to be said, that if there is specific gear that you'd really love to see unlocked, because I want to make a build for the yod-thot that requires this gear that's locked to another ship, post it on Discord. There's always a chance that that feedback will filter over, and I'll just decide to make the change, or have somebody else on the team do it.
Yeah, I also watch all the feedback and the bug reports, and they do get passed on regularly. Obviously, it's not instant, and it goes mostly in batches because we don't have endless people in the Q&A, but it does get heard, and especially when you guys have discussions and agree and react to any feedback you think is really valuable, then I know you guys really want it, and then I'll send it on to Jeremy and the others and ask 10,000 times until something gets done about it.
Players that have been around for a long time might have also noticed that our development does kind of go in like these cycles where we're really busy working on just the thing that we're working on, but then closer to release, we might have some free time for bug fixing and revisiting old stuff. So usually like the week after a big patch goes live, there's usually like another patch where a bunch of little stuff gets fixed. That's just the natural flow of our game development here. So like we have a release coming up. I don't know if we can announce the date, but we have another pretty major release coming up in the not too distant future, and we're about to hit the point where we're going to have that downtime. So now's the time to get those requests in, and maybe we can get some of them prioritized to fix. But honestly, there's an enormous backlog, so no promises.
Oh God, now you told them something. I'll have like 10,000 messages later tonight.
When's the update? Tell us the date.
I can't. There's people in our live ops team that will be very angry at me if I do. But I have a question for Jeremy. Could you explain why unlocking pets and consoles and other items are not just as simple as flipping a switch to do?
So the restrictions lives in multiple places depending on which type of item you're talking about. With hangar pets, it both lives on the item itself, so the actual item that you slot into your hangar bay, and there's multiple ranks of those. And then we also have to make sure that the descriptions are all updated for all of those. But then there's also, depending on how much we're unlocking or unrestricting those, there's also the stores where you can get those pets, and we have to make sure that we're catching all of the references to them, making sure they're all updated. Once we have the time to just sit down and say we're going to tackle this task, which is unrestricting this item, it's actually pretty lightweight. The bigger problem is just finding the moments in the day where we can set aside the new work that we're trying to do for an upcoming feature or whatnot, so that we can pay attention to those older requests. They go in different like pipelines essentially, and the bigger challenge is making sure that we have a clear triage process for player feedback and for bugs fixing and all of that, to make sure that when we have those moments of downtime, there's something we can pull from that list right away. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, we haven't done historically a great job of having those backlogs built in a way that is instantly accessible and well prioritized, but it is something we're making an effort to improve on.
And I also want to add that like even once you have that list, like you'd be surprised how long it takes to fix even super simple bugs, in the sense of if you go in, you do flip a switch, and then okay, now I have to test it in this condition, and now I have to test it in this condition, and then then you like close the JIRA and pass it on to QA, and it can still take like half a day to fix something that is simple. And so that's kind of why a lot of these things sit for a little while, is because finding those half days to do stuff like this can be hard when you need those days to make all the new stuff that you guys expect.
Yeah.
So it's always a balancing act of time.
There's also like internally, like we have things called development branches, and like right now we have I have 3 different branches installed that are rolling out live to you guys at different dates. So it might be that I'm working on a feature that is on a super far in the distant future branch. But then if I want to work on a live bug, I should be working on a different branch, which means closing down, restarting, running the local update service, which I just mentioned earlier. I've been having some troubles with. Tech issues hit us as well. They're not only things that players experience dealing with this game and this proprietary software. We can run into our own problems. Yeah.
Well, a tech company with tech issues, who would have thought? No, but we are. Oh, somebody asked, is there any customization in the ship tailor for this ship possible?
I believe the answer is no. Is that? I think
No,
that's correct.
I think I might have the material options from the other Breen ships, but there isn't anything much you can do with it.
I
Yeah,
did
it has
realize.
the courier material. It should have the courier material, and then the existing other Breen materials.
I mean,
I
I
just
think it
remembered
looks great as
people who
is.
asked for this. We can put on a few vanity shields and see what this looks like.
Oh yeah.
Do the Breen vanity shield.
I don't know which one I just grabbed, but look at that. Looks like a whole different IP.
Now it's not terrifying anymore. I don't like
What is
that.
it?
It makes me think of like Storm,
Delta Line.
like from Marvel.
Let's play Guess the Vanity Shield.
Well, Keen wants me to put on the old Breen Vanity Shield, which is going to be so good looking.
It fits this ship.
It's called dielectric. Where are you? There it is.
Well, it's funny because I think that material is just one of the regular Breen materials that the ship comes with. So you don't really need to put the vanity shield on it.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, that looks really
Wow.
cool.
That looks
I like that.
amazing.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it at all.
Oh, we have shield requests now.
Yeah, call out a few if you
Wow,
wouldn't mind.
the chat is going like super polar opposites about that last one. Like some people are like, I love it. Some people are like, I hate it.
All right, somebody asked for the Lucari reputation shield.
Okay.
The Herc one looks nice.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of requests for it, so I figured I'd just throw it on there and see what it looks like. Lucari, what is the Lucari one named? I don't think it's named Lucari. Oh, there it is.
Did you know we can search the inventory now, Jeremy?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I didn't. Me and my 6,000 tribbles.
If you, yeah, that little filters thing, if you drop that down, there's a search bar.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
it's like Jeremy's been here for a while, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm old and set in my ways. Get off my lawn.
Me too.
I'm not, so I'll be here being annoying. Oh, there's a lot. Somebody wants something pink, please. Oh,
Yeah.
we have something. Oh, I love that. Damn, I want that.
Oh yeah, me too. I want that too. That is fabulous.
Imagine having that as like a light on your wall, just menacingly glowing. I love that. We're gonna do rainbow shields for next Pride, and then
The
just
classic.
do all the promo. Oh, that looks sleek.
This makes it. I don't know why this makes me think of Mass Effect.
No, I get it. I agree. It does. It has that visual.
Actually, it's kind of shaped like a Mass Effect relay now that I think about it anyway. But
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Sing Kathy. I want to see Fekiri after this as well. Oh, that's kind of cool.
I think we should do this at the end of every stream, actually. I love this.
We tried to, but like the last time we did a ship stream was with the bundle, and there were 3 ships we were trying to spend our time on, so we just didn't get around to it. But yeah, I like to try to remember to do this when we can. Okay, I have a request for Fekiri from myself. I was hoping we get a little more wood paneling on it.
Oh.
Kind of do like the rust scuffed metal though. Yeah.
I do not like this one. It just looks like how would wood work in space? This is not my sci-fi.
Well, the Fekiri are demons. Like, you got to give them some leeway.
No wood in space. It's flammable. Who would do that?
The fan favorite.
Section 31. Nice, flat, dark. Oops. And then I saw a request for, what was it, platinum. I'm afraid that this old reward table I'm using doesn't have some of the more recent, so I'm just picking some of the older looks to show off.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate that.
You don't like it? I like the high.
What is that? Which one is that? The platinum? You probably don't have the Endeavor one.
I just need the ship to look threatening, like
no,
it looks scary.
Yeah. Kara. Ooh. Sorry. Don't like it. It's slightly improved because of the shininess, but still.
The purple one isn't bad. I see very different opinions in this stream.
Yeah, this probably isn't going to look good either. Oh, surprise.
Wow.
Not as bad as I thought.
That looks very sleek. I like that.
Very shiny. It's like almost a mirror finish on it. That's cool.
Yeah, people talk about how old this game is, but when I see things like that, I think it still looks amazing. I don't care how old the game is. It shines very nicely.
All right, just a few more last requests here. I saw Aegis. We'll get that on here. This is the Fed version. And then the Klingon version, I think, is just slightly tinted different. Yeah. So there you go. And Logicians. And we'll do one more. Which one do you guys want? Call it out.
Ah, the purple one. I love I love everything purple. Somebody says emperors. I'm not sure which one that is, but I love everything with the emperor because I love the Terran stuff. So
Right. Nice.
yeah,
I think this is from
honestly,
the Dreadnought.
I think the original look is still my favorite. I'm biased, I guess. I like that it looks terrifying in the original. When it's sleek, it just looks a little less scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the material on it is really distinctive and interesting and has some cool
Yeah.
contrast to it.
Like the
Did we-
shields look amazing, but this is just
We didn't
beautiful
make a
in
vanity
my
shield
opinion.
of this material, did we? Maybe we should.
No, I mean we could maybe depending on what we do with the frigate, where it goes and how we release it.
Making notes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would put this on like all my ships, honestly. All right. So I don't think there's any more open questions from what I can see for today. Nobody has anything new. So I think, unless you guys have anything you still want to say about the ship.
We usually just a reminder of how you get the ship, which is through the
Yes.
R&D promo that went live today. The ship is in the R&D promos from now on, but is there a sale or anything going on right now that you know of?
Yes, it's our R&D promo also includes a sale. I'll link the article after this, but yes, we have a sale going on. We have the promo itself, of course. There's also a lobby sale going on right now, so you guys can take advantage of all of that and try to get that ship and terrify every other player in the game when you arrive on a battlefield. Because that's what I'm gonna do as soon as I get my hands on the ship.
I'm curious to take it into the breach, the Voth interior, to see if it's maneuverable enough to not be miserable. I hope so.
Yeah, that's my issue. I already run into everything, and the ship is so giant. I'll be so
Some
busy
people
running
love
into
these big
things.
ships, though. They just love like showing up and dwarfing everything around them. Yep.
I mean, yeah, I definitely can't wait to see some really fun screenshots from you all. I really hope we get to see some fun comparisons. Please tag me if you post them anywhere.
Show off
And
your
yeah,
favorite vanity shields. All that.
yes, please share whatever we haven't tested yet. We'd love to see you try it. Besides that, I can finally say we had a lot of requests for old mud bundle sales. So before I leave, I want to say it's coming next month, end of next month. And Jeremy is showing off his cat, which I think is even more important. Maybe next time you'll get to see the cat that sits on my keyboard right now. All right, but that's it from us. Thank you very much for watching. Please try your hands at getting the ship. Please go to the Discord. Yell at us about your feedback. React to every cool feedback you see. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for our next stream.
Oh, and I wanted to just sorry, just popping real quick. Please let people know about this new Twitch channel. If people aren't following the Deca Games live, you know, if looking for the stream and everything, since we're not doing the crypto channel anymore, and spread the word about that so that we can get more people in here for these streams.
Yes,
Yeah.
going forward, we will also for ship releases put the announcements for the streams in the ship logs, so it will be a little more visible. But please share it with everyone. It won't be just ship streams. We have some other really cool things planned. As we already said, there's content coming up, and we're gonna have some of the people working on it on stream to play it with you guys and talk you through it. And we have some plans for other content creators to be back on stream. So also, yes, there is a video recording this time of this stream. So anyone who's missed it, you can share it. Sorry, we had some tech issues last time, but anyone who might still be working or might not be available can watch this stream. Or you can watch it again and again to find out what your favorite vanity shield is. Please tell us.
Figure out if I accidentally let something leak for a few frames. Like,
Please don't. If you see something, you didn't. Like, tell me in a message and don't tell anyone else. We'll figure it out from there.
I love that tagline. If you see something, you didn't.
You only show it to me, and then we'll figure something out together from there. All right, then. I'm wishing everyone a good night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to this wonderful team for joining me tonight and being on stream. Thank you, Miko, for doing this for the first time.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
now sit here awkwardly until the stream is done.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that is the stream, the Deca stream there that you saw or missed, if anything, and we just wanted again to have it here on the channel. It was quite an informative stream, and I don't think I'll drop the ECs here because it is a longer video already. So what we'll probably do is a separate video, probably, hopefully the next day or so. There's something that caught my attention that I would love to bring to their attention. So if anything, Caps, again, do us a favor, hit the like button, comment below, let us know what you actually picked up from the stream, and subscribe here to the YouTube channel, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.